How to start wholesaling in 14 days. Today, we are here to help you get started in wholesaling today and get your first deal within 14 days. But before I get into it, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button to continue to receive the most up-to-date information on wholesaling today from me and Zach. You're ready to get started in wholesaling and you want to jump on this and get action in the first 14 days, this video is for you. What we have to first understand is, what is wholesaling? You guys hear all this hype about it. Let me break it down. I'm going to give you it in layman's terms. Wholesaling is simply the art of contracting deep discounted properties and churning around and selling that contract to cash buyers. It's really that simple. You might be saying, well, how do you get people to sell their house at deep discounted properties? That's actually not the hard part. Once you understand how to look for these types of deals, you can dial in and get your first wholesale deal in the first 14 days. So wholesaling is simply the art of contracting deep discounted properties and taking that contract, that piece of paper you entered in with the seller, and selling it to a cash buyer. Why is this so great? Number one, since we're all dealing with cash, it happens very, very quickly. Most are used to traditional real estate that can take months, 3 and 4 months. A traditional wholesale deal can happen in as little as 14 days from start to finish. Number two, there's no repairs or rehab needed in wholesaling. You are simply taking a property that has some sort of issue, sometimes they don't have an issue, and selling it quickly. The last thing I want you to do is get into the rehab business. That's called fixing and flipping, and that's who wholesalers sell to. And since you're dealing with other people's money, that's right, you don't even have to use your own money. You're basically eliminating or minimizing your risk in wholesaling, and you don't have to worry about the market crashing. Guys, if you're new to wholesaling, I'm telling you, I found wholesaling 20 years ago, and it has made a profound impact on my life. So the first thing we have to do to get a deal in 14 days is we have to find a seller that is going to sell their house for a deep discount. So you're probably saying, Rick, how do I do that? Why would somebody sell their house at a deep discount? Well, that's easy. We need to find what we call a motivated seller. This is someone that doesn't want to sell their house, but they need to sell their house due to some underlying condition. It could be financial, it could be personal, it could be a death in the family, it can be a whole myriad of items. And these are the people we're looking for. We're not looking for regular people who list their house on MLS. You don't want any part of that. That's what we call the realtor game. And those are the houses we're not looking for. Now we know we need to find a motivated seller. Let me point you in the best direction to find a deal within the first 14 days. The first thing I'd like you to do is basically get in your car, and I want you to drive around the areas where you're looking to do investing in, preferably like in your local neighborhood or just some outlying areas, or maybe some area that you're familiar with. You're looking for average houses. You don't want $1 million houses, but I don't want you looking at crack houses either. So find the medium price houses in a neighborhood, preferably within 10 or 20 miles of your own residence, and just drive around. We call this driving for dollars. You're simply looking for ugly houses, blue tarps on them, houses that look vacant, maybe the weeds are growing up. Make that list. It's called driving for dollars, and you want to collect that list, and you'd be surprised you can get hundreds of leads just by doing this way. My next favorite way to get motivated sellers is simply by going to your courthouse. Your courthouse has what we call government leads, and these are leads that are initiated by some sort of court action. So let me give you some examples here, and I'm going to give you my favorite ones to get a deal in 14 days. Probates. Every county keeps records of probate. Probate is simply the process when somebody passes away that the court system ensures that their last wishes and their financial arrangements are made in the end. Remember, dead people can't sign deeds. They can't sign titles over. So when it comes to real estate, cars, bank accounts, stocks and bonds, boats, RVs, whatever it is, that has to go through probate to change hands of the title since the person's no longer with us. These are wonderful leads. They'll be in your court system. If you guys want to find out more how to do this, go to freewholesaling.com and I walk you through in detail how to do this. Now, probates aren't the only leads. You're also going to have a leads called what we call a pre-foreclosure. So a foreclosure is basically when the homeowner stops paying the bank their monthly mortgage note, and then after X amount of months, the bank can go and file a lawsuit, and they start this lawsuit and it winds up being a foreclosure proceeding. And what the bank's trying to do is take the house back, which is the collateral on the mortgage. Most people do not want to lose their house in foreclosure. Now, the next step to this at the courthouse leads is what we call pre-foreclosure leads. You can also look at pre-foreclosure leads. These are leads where the bank has not quite filed the lawsuit yet, but the homeowner is behind anywhere from 1 to 4 payments. A lot of times there's a time to rectify it. That's usually the best time to catch somebody before they get into a formal foreclosure process. Guys, you also are going to have evictions. The lists go on forever. You can do evictions, you can do divorces. You want to find something that would cause someone to sell their property at a discount. You are not going to find these deals on regular MLS. You're going to have to go out and hunt them. What I recommend to get a deal in the first 14 days is take your court leads, which are your government leads, and also take your driving for dollars, and that will start you on a nice big collection of motivated sellers. And from there, we need to go in and we need to find their phone numbers and call these people directly. Now, it's okay. You've never done this before. We're here to help you out. So me and Zach created a course. It's 100% free. Go to freewholesaling.com and go in this course with grave detail. Go through every module. And what I want you to particularly focus on is how to pull certain lists. So it'll teach you how to pull the probate list, how to deal with the foreclosure list, how to do code violations, and on and on. More than I have time to teach you in this video. So guys, if you're new to wholesaling, you want to get a deal in your first 14 days, go to freewholesaling.com. There's absolutely no upgrades. I do this absolutely for free. I'm trying to change how real estate education works, and this is the best place to get started. Now, you're going to just pick up the phone and you're going to start calling these people to see if they have interest in selling your home. It's really not that hard. The hardest part is getting over your fear just to pick up the phone and call. Once you do it a few times, it'll actually become routine and you won't be scared of doing it. Remember, whatever frightens you, go attack it first. That's the key to being successful in life. After you call them, you hopefully will find a few motivated sellers that have some sort of motivation to meet up with you. Now, I know it's tempting to try to take everybody down on the phone. The reality is if you go meet these people in person and you're doing your local market, you will get a much better deal because you can see the person, you can see their visual cues, you can see how they hold their hands, how they posture. Guys, meeting people belly to belly ensures a really, really, really good wholesale deal. Once you meet them there, the next step is to get the property under contract. So you're probably thinking, oh my God, Rick, I don't know how to write a wholesale contract. Once again, me and Zach have you completely covered. Just go to freewholesaling.com. And once you register, there's a section where you can download a free wholesaling contract. Go ahead and use that contract. We show you step by step how to fill it out. And that will get you to your first deal in 14 days. Now, once you have it under contract, it's a super exciting moment. You need to take that contract and give it to your title company so they can start the process of pulling title on the property, getting all the seller's information, and preparing it for a close. While you're doing that, your job is, we basically got to go out and find a cash buyer. And this is the process where you're going to sell the contract. There's a clear, distinct difference between wholesaling and regular investors. So in wholesaling, we are actually putting the property under contract and we are actually selling that piece of paper of the contract. We are not selling the physical asset. We are selling the paper and all the rights that are associated with it. This is the key distinction in wholesaling, and it's critical you understand that. So what you're going to do is go out and market for cash buyers. There's a couple easy ways to do it. I'm going to give you the two simplest one. Number one, if you have a local RIA club, which RIA stands for Real Estate Investor Association, REIA. And that is a group of like-minded people just like you and me. A lot of experienced people, a lot of inexperienced people. But honestly, it's one of the fastest ways to find a cash buyer, especially if you're new to the business. Another great way is calling for rent signs in the area where you contracted that property. Remember, for rent signs are current landlords, and usually landlords that are renting properties are always actively looking to build on their portfolio. What a great way. Just call them, see if they're interested in adding another rental property to their portfolio. Last but not least, one of my favorite ways is find real estate agents in your local area that represent cash buyers. If you don't have a realtor, you can reach out to a realtor and have someone help you pull that report. And I know you're thinking, Rick, why do I want to pay a realtor? It's going to cost me more. It actually will make you more money. You just got to make sure they're familiar with the wholesaling process. What you are representing is you're selling a cash contract. And if they have a cash buyer looking for a property in that area, maybe we're a good fit. And you can just get on the phone. You can find the biggest cash buyer agent in your area. And they will typically get you 15 to 20% more than you get on your own. So don't worry about what you have to pay them on their commission. Yes, they're going to earn a commission. They are real estate agents. And guys, voila, from there, from start to finish, in 14 days, you can get your first wholesale contract. And I'm telling you, the idea is once you do it once and prove that you can do it, your job now is to get better and do it over and over and over again. Remember, the art of wholesaling is nothing more than simply contracting deep discounted properties, finding a cash buyer, and then selling them your contract. And so if you put a property under contract for $100,000 and you sell it for $120,000, you basically collect a $20,000 fee. And here's the really cool part. There's no closing cost. You really don't have to pull any money out of your pocket other than a earnest money deposit, which we go into detail on other videos on this. You really have a little bit of risk. Imagine if you could do 3 to 5 of these per month. Would that change your life? I can tell you this. It's changed my life drastically, and I'm here to share with the world what wholesaling is and how it can profoundly change you and your family's life. I want you guys to get started. Go over to freewholesaling.com, deep dive into there. It's 100% free. Me and Zach are the only ones that offer a 100% free training of wholesaling to get you up to your first 6 figures. I'm telling you, you can get your first deal under contract in wholesaling in the first 14 days. Just follow these steps. Go to freewholesaling.com. Guys, let me know in the comments. Can you get a deal in your first 14 days? Are you willing to make the commitment? Are you going to deep dive into freewholesaling.com? Guys, don't mistake my free content as less valuable. There's 25 years experience in there, and I am pulling back the covers and sharing everything and being transparent in this industry. Take advantage of it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.